I'm going to show you how to automate pulling data out of an email attachment like this and have it put in a specific table in Excel like this. This automation uses Microsoft's Power Automate, and it's just a standard one that comes with most of your Microsoft 365 licenses. On this example here, it's going to pull specific data like the block and the kilos and use the date ranges here to be able to put that info into the block and the week in this table here. The trigger for this automation here is when a new email arrives from a specific email and it includes attachment and it has a certain subject line. Then you initialize the variable, which is just creating a bucket for the set variable down here to be able to store all the outputs from the first script. Now this one, create a file, is downloading the attachment from the email, so then you can run the script on it to pull the data out of it. The run script section here is how you tell it which information you want pulled out and what outputs you want them to create. So to create a script, you go into Excel Microsoft, you go to Automate, and you create a new script. This is the script I use to pull the data out of the attachment. Now these scripts, even though they look daunting, they're something that anyone can really input into this automation. How I got this script here is I just went into ChatGPT, screenshotted the table I wanted to pull the data out and the table that I wanted to put it in, typed in exactly what I wanted and gave an example, and then boom, it creates a script for you. And what will normally happen is the first time you go to run it, it won't work. And you just screenshot the errors, paste it in, ask it why it didn't work, and then it'll come up with a solution. And after a couple back and forths, you start get it to run smoothly. There was one time where I was struggling to find the right cells to reference, and I went back and forth way too long without actually using my eyes, and it ended up just being one column over to the right. And it took me a lot longer to solve it than it probably should have. So now that you've pulled the data you want out of the attachment, now it's time to input it into your Excel table. So to do that, I've ran another script, this time pulling the outputs from the previous script. This is what the script for this one looks like. And the same again, just screenshotting what I wanted, going back and forth a couple of times, fixing the errors, and then it started working pretty spot on. So now what will happen is every week when this report gets sent through, it'll trigger automation and pull all the info I need out of this report here and put it directly into this.